If you use the application server and its end client, then you've probably logged into the administrative panel and you're familiar with that login screen. You can use this login ability for all of your users by setting AS authentication to 2. The username and password information is saved in a properties file with encrypted passwords. You can manage that password file in the administrative panel's Users View tab, which you can access with ISC Client-Admin. You can customize the name of the password properties file with AS Password File, and you can change the type of encryption with AS Digest. Another feature that this video is going to talk about is creating your own login screen. By calling your login screen program $Custom Login and putting its location in the client-side class path, you'll add a quick and easy login to your application. In your $Custom Login program, you can check the username and the level of permissions with $GetUser. Here's how to do that. This folder is serving as my server, and in it we have my program, which is border class, and some files that it needs. And we have a properties file for the application server. Let's take a look at that. In that file, I've set isCOBOL AS authentication to 2 so that everyone has to log in. And I've renamed the password file to my company AcmeCo pass.properties. We'll run the server. I'm going to run the program in the thin client, and it requires me to log in. The default login is admin. That's the only one we'll have for now, so let's do that. And there's my program. I want to add some username and passwords. So let's run the admin panel. Admin and admin. And here's our one user. Let's add another one. I'll click on this icon and let's add guest 1. Set the password to the same. I don't want this user to have administrative privileges, so I won't check here. And I'm going to give it the ID of 1. Let's do another user. We'll call them guest 2. Same with the password. They also will not have administrative privileges, but I'm going to change their ID to 2. And remember, we can get this information with $GetUser. I want to add one more, and we're going to call it manager. Password is the same. And this one I am going to give access to the administrative panel. I have my users. I'm going to save. Let's take a look at that properties file. I'm going to stop the server, and we now have an AcmeCo pass.properties. Here's our properties file holding the passwords that we've created. We have the admin and the manager with administrative privileges. They can access the administrative panel. We have guest 1 with permission level number 1 and guest 2 with permission level number 2. And you can access these with $GetUser and act accordingly to them, and the permissions are followed by the encrypted passwords. So let's restart the server and run the program again. And we'll log in as guest 1. That worked. Let's test our guest 2. That one worked. And let's test our new administrator with the admin. Manager. All right, so all of these now work, and everyone has to log in when they access the program. Now let's customize that login screen. I'm going into the Sample AS Custom Login folder, and you can see that we have a sample $Custom Login for you. I made my own icon for the desktop shortcut, and I made a different background picture specific to my company, and I compiled the program. Let's take a look at this Custom Login program. Remember that it needs to be called this, $Custom Login. You can use this program and just modify it. The screen section you can replace with your own or use ours and modify it. And this do login paragraph is where the handling is done after the user logs in. So the other requirement besides the name is that this needs to be in the client-side class path. So I've created a batch file for my login, and we'll look at that. And first I set the class path, and I'm pointing to a folder on the client that I've created that has the $8 custom login program in it. And then I'm just calling the border program like we did before. So let's go back to the server and restart it. And then we'll click on our client-side batch file. And there is our custom login screen. We'll sign in as guest 1 again. And that is how you create your own login screen for your application. I hope you give it a try. You can reach us at support@variant.com or at the information on the screen. Thank you.